The morning sunlight slipped through Taehan's curtain, falling over messy desk covered in sketchbooks and half-finished painting. Taehan stretched, rubbing his eyes before glancing at the canvas. It was him again, Jungkook. His jawline, his tattoo, that focused look he had when he walked at the tattoo studio. Taehan, his lips shining. Taehan, you again? He chuckled softly to himself. He never meant to make his heart so revolving, but something about Jungkook, the way his eyes softened when he smiled, the curve of his neck, the length of his skin, it all him. Of course, Taeyang had never told anyone, not even his best friend Hobie and Yoongi. He was the mysterious, anonymous artist online known only as we draws. People love his art, calling it bold. And but if anyone ever found out who he was, especially Jungkook, they would vanish from the planet. He picked up a brush, editing a soft shadow to the painting lips when a knock on the door startled him. Taehyung, Mom, Tae, are you awake? Can I come in? Taehyung, where mom? No, don't. But it was too late. His mom opened the door, holding a basket of folded laundry. Her eyes immediately leaned on the canvas. Mom, oh my goodness, Taehyung, this is beautiful. Taehyung frozen, huh? Taehyung, Mom, don't touch that. She ignored him, stepping closer to admire the painting. Mom, this is one of your classmates. You captured him so well. Taehyung, it's just a study, Mom. Practice for antrum, you know. Mom, she turned her head, clearly noticing that the study had more details than any normal art practice should. Mom, you are so talented, Tete. I should show this to someone. My coworker has a son who loves art too. No, Mom, please don't. But she was already taking a photo with her phone. Mom, just one picture. She'll be so proud of you. Mom, she smiled sweetly, patting his cheeks. Mom, don't worry. I won't post it online. Just sharing with my friend. Dragging a hand through his hair. Who's your friend again, Mom? Mom, Mrs. Jian, her son on that tattoo shop downtown. That's it's called again. Golden Link. The entire body frozen. Wait, Jian? Tattoo shop? Mom, yes, John Jungkook. You know him? Mom, why? Why do you look pale, Tete? Because Mom, you just sent my painting of him to his mom. Oh no. His mom blinked in confusion before realization slowly suppressed. Mom, no. Oh yeah, indeed. He grabbed his phone, hard pondered. What if Jungkook see it? What if she saw him? He could already imagine Jungkook's smug, that deep voice teaching. So, do you draw him like that, huh? The face around the room like a trapped cat. He need to calm down. Maybe Mrs. Jian wouldn't notice. Maybe she wouldn't recognize her own son. Yeah, maybe. Expect 5 minutes later, his phone buzzed. Unknown number. You're quite an artist, huh? Tongue heart dropped. He stared at the screen. The profile picture showed a man with dark hair, a familiar mole under his lip. It was Jungkook. Oh no. Oh no. He didn't reply. He couldn't. He threw his phone on the bed and flopped face first into his pillow. A few minutes later, another message came. Jungkook, you made me look good. Jungkook, come by the studio sometimes. I like to see more of your works. Then he screamed into pillow, oh no! That afternoon, he met Ryo, Hobie and Yoongi at their favorite cafe. Both sat there sipping iced coffee while Taehyung told them everything. Hobie, oh, your mom sent your revolving art to his mom. Taehyung, yes, Yoongi, and now he know. Taehyung, yes, Hobie, and he text you. Taehyung, yes, Yoongi, that's amazing. What? No, it's a disaster, Hobie. I don't see the problem. He didn't sound mad. He even invite you. He's teasing me. He probably think I am some kind of weirdo who stares at him secretly. Youngie, well, do you stare at him secretly? Youngie. Hobie laughed. Come on, Tete, you had a crush on him. For what? 2 years? It's not crush, it's artist admiration. Youngie, yeah, artist, sure. Hobie, look, you could go to studio, applies, and then faint in his arms. Romantic drama. I'm not fainting at anyone's arms. But deep down, he was already picturing Jungkook's smile, that one that made his stomach flip. That night, Taehyung sat on his bed staring at Jungkook's messages again. He typed and deleted reply 100 times before finally sending one. I'm really sorry about the painting. It wasn't meant for anyone to see. Jungkook, you don't have to polish. It's art. And I like it. You are not mad, Jungkook? No, honestly, I'm curious. How long have you been drawing me? Heart raced. A while. Jungkook, then you should come tomorrow. I want to see what the artist looked like when he covered his face with the pillow again. The next morning, he stood in front of tattoo studio. The black and gold signed red studio. His palm was sweaty. He could see Jungkook inside, laughing with the client tattoo speaking under his shirt sleeves. Mumbling, "Why? Why did I agree to this?" Hobie on call. Because you secretly like him, that's why. Now go on in before you faint, Tete. I hate you. He hung up and pushed the door open. A bell softly. Jungkook looked up immediately. His lips curved into that small, knowing smile. Jungkook, oh, Taehyung. Hi Jungkook. Jungkook, so the mystery artist finally showed up. He mentioned for Taehyung to come closer. His voice was calm but playful. Jungkook, I've seen a lot of portraits, but it wasn't supposed to be. Jungkook, don't worry, I like how you saw me. Taehyung cheeks turned pink. Jungkook, your mom and my mom, they are funny. Called me last night just to say she's proud of my art model career. Please tell me she didn't show anyone else. Jungkook, I stopped her before she could, but I kept the photo. Jungkook, you know what? Jungkook, I like it. It was honest. Taehyung clicked, tried to find words. Jungkook has softened. Jungkook, you are talented, Taehyung, and brave. Taehyung, brave? I nearly cried when you texted me. Jungkook, that's because you care too much about what people think. But I think you are amazing. Taehyung looked up, down his voice, barely a whisper. Taehyung, you really don't mind? Jungkook, no, if anything, I am flustered. No one ever drew me like that. For a moment, their eyes met. Quite warm sunlight sigh. Then Yoongi called from the back room, breaking the silence. Yoongi, Jungkook, are you flirting with customer again? Yoongi, oh look, who is it? The artist of the year. Jungkook smiled. Jungkook small word, huh? This is officially the most embarrassing day of my life. Jungkook, don't worry, it might get better or worse. Jungkook depends on how you look at it. Their playful back and forth draw, quiet laughter from the staff. That night, when he returned home, his mom was waiting with a white grin. Mom, guess who called me today? Mrs. Jian. She said Jungkook wants to communication a portrait from you. Taehyung jaw dropped. He what? Mom, he said he loves your work and wants to collaborate. Isn't that wonderful? Taehyung heart. Taehyung wonderful and terrifying. He smiled softly and Weber to stop thinking about Jungkook word at studio. You are talented and brave. Tattoo appointment. Taehyung sat frozen on the couch, still processing his mom's word. Mom, did you hear me? Jungkook wants you to paint him again. Isn't that amazing? Amazing, sure. If you call heart attacks amazing. His mom laughed, pressing her hands on her apron. Mom, don't be dramatic. You should be proud. He said he loved your style. You are finally being noticed. Taehyung forced a smile, thought his mind was spinning. Jungkook wanted another portrait on purpose this time. He excused himself and rushed upstairs, falling face first into his bed. His phone buzzed almost immediately. Jungkook heard my mom talking to yours. I hope that's okay. Taehyung, maybe I wait an excuse to see you again. Taehyung softly, his face in pillow, his cheeks felt warm. Taehyung, you could be just ask. Jungkook, would you just say yes? Taehyung, maybe. Jungkook, then it worked. Come by tomorrow, let's talk about the portrait. Taehyung stared at the screen for a long moment. He typed one word before looking at his phone. Okay, the next morning was choose. He spent 20 minutes choosing what to wear. Not that it mattered, but it did. He told himself he wanted to look presentable, but really he just didn't want Jungkook to see how nervous he was. Finally, he settled on a cream sweater and jeans, simple but soft. As he looked in the mirror, he mumbled to himself, you are not going there because you like him, you are going because it's business. Even he didn't believe it when he reached Golden Link Studio. The world changed again and Jungkook looked up from behind the counter. He was wearing a loose black t-shirt, his tattooed on his arms, hair slightly messy, and that small silver ring in the ear. Under the light, Taehyung forgot how to breathe for a second. Jungkook, you came? Taehyung, you invite me. I couldn't say no. Jungkook smiled, leaning his elbow on the counter. Jungkook, you look nervous. Taehyung, I'm not nervous. Jungkook, then why? Why are you holding your sketchbook upside down? Taehyung glanced down and quickly flipped it to the right way. Taehyung, I was testing if you are noticed. Jungkook, oh, I notice a lot of things. The way Jungkook said it, calm, teasing, made Taehyung's stomach twist. Yoongi appeared from the back holding a cup of coffee. Yoongi, oh, you two flirting again this early in the morning? Jungkook, oh, we are not flirting. Jungkook nodded. Yoongi smiled, sipping his coffee. Yoongi, I'll leave you to your business meeting then. He disappeared again, clearly entertained. Jungkook gestured towards the corner of the shop where sunlight fell across the leather couch. Jungkook, come sit. Let's plan this properly. Taehyung followed, opening his sketchbook nervously. He started drawing quick outline, pretending to focus while Jungkook leaned closer to watch. Their shoulder brush and Jungkook and Taehyung try not to notice. Jungkook, oh, you draw first. Taehyung, not when that person has 1,000 tattoos and eyes that see everything. Jungkook quietly. Jungkook, oh, you are funny. Taehyung, I'm serious. Jungkook, so am I? For a moment there was silence, not awkward but heavy in a way that made Taehyung chest tighten. Then Jungkook leaned back, studying him. Jungkook, you know, I was thinking of getting a new tattoo soon. Maybe you could help design it? Taehyung, me? I never designing a tattoo before. Taehyung, that's okay. I trust your style. Taehyung, why? You barely know me. Jungkook, I know your art. That's enough. The word hit deeper than they should have. Taehyung, what kind of tattoo? Jungkook, something meaningful. Maybe, or a small one on my waist. He extended his hand slightly and Taehyung stared at the inked veins in the gentle curve of Jungkook's waist. Taehyung, you have so many already. Jungkook, maybe this one will be different. Something someone else gave me. Taehyung, you want me to give you a tattoo? Jungkook, if you are brave enough. Taehyung blinked. Taehyung, I don't even have tattoo. I faint before the needle. Jungkook, then maybe start with a small one. I could do it for you. A trade. Taehyung, you mean I design one for you and you giving one to me? Jungkook, exactly. Taehyung hesitated, unsure what to laugh or run. Taehyung, you make everything sound like a challenge. Jungkook, only because you look cute when you are nervous. Taehyung, you need to stop saying things like that. Jungkook, why? Taehyung, because it's make me never mind. Jungkook tattled his head, clearly enjoying this. Jungkook, make you what? Taehyung, I said never mind. They both laughed softly the moment and Jungkook started showing him the tattoo tools, explaining how the process worked. Taehyung listened despite himself. Jungkook had moved with confidence, his voice slow and steady. Jungkook, every tattoo tells a story. The skin, remember, it kind of like art on paper. Respect it lives with you. Taehyung, oh, that's actually beautiful. Taehyung, you think so? Taehyung, yeah, I used to think tattoo were scary, but you make them sound emotional. Jungkook, they are people come here for memories, healing, or love. You'll be surprised. Taehyung nodded, quickly impressed. Jungkook wasn't just charming, he was thoughtful too. Jungkook, so are we done? This a small tattoo. Taehyung, where? Jungkook, anywhere you want. West maybe? It suits you. Taehyung stared at his waist. Taehyung, just a small one. Jungkook, tiny, promise. Taehyung, fine. But if I cry, you won't make coffee. Jungkook deal. He mentioned for Taehyung to seed, sterilize the area and begin preparing the link. Taehyung tried not to watch, but his heart wouldn't calm down. Taehyung, what if it's hurt? Jungkook, then you can excuse my hands. Jungkook, Taehyung, oh, you are enjoying this way too much. Jungkook, a little. Then the touched his skin. Taehyung flinched. Jungkook, hey, relax, breathe. That's easy for you to say. You are not being stable by your crush. Jungkook frozen slightly, looking up with a smile. Jungkook crush? Taehyung eyes widened. Taehyung, I mean, a crush of the situation, like pressure, you know. The man, Jungkook laughed softly, shaking his head. Jungkook, oh, you are really at lying, Taehyung, and you are terrible and letting things go. A few minutes later, it was done. A tiny heart draw delicate on his waist. Jungkook, they're perfect. Taehyung looked down at it, smiling. Despite his nervous, Taehyung, oh, it's small but kinda pretty. Jungkook, like you. Taehyung, oh, you are impossible. Jungkook, and you like it. They laugh, he goes off in the studio. Later, while Jungkook cleaned up, Taehyung watched him quietly. There was something grounded about the way Jungkook worked. Calm, careful, steady. Taehyung, you really love what you do, don't you? Jungkook, I do. It feels like leaving stories behind on his people's skin. I guess it's my way of making art live forever. Jungkook, I like that. Jungkook, what do you? Why do you? Taehyung, because it's the only way I can say what I am too scared to say out loud. Jungkook eyes softened. Jungkook, then your arts speak beautifully. Taehyung smiled shyly. When he was about to leave, Jungkook walking him to the door again. Jungkook, keep it clean, okay? And don't cover it for a few days. Taehyung, you sound like my mom. Jungkook, I care more than your mom about this one. Taehyung, you are seriously bad at normal goodbyes. Jungkook, fine. Goodbye, Taehyung. Taehyung, goodbye, Jungkook. But Jungkook hesitated for a second, then gently reached out and traced the small tattoo he had made. His fingers were warm. Jungkook, now we both have a story. Taehyung made his eyes there between them quiet but full. Taehyung, you are going to make me overthink this all night, are not you? Jungkook, that's the goal. That night, Taehyung lay awake staring at his waist. The tiny heart glowed faintly under his lamp. He couldn't stop smiling. He thought about Jungkook's words, his laugh, his study. He didn't know what this was it. Art, friendship, or something warmer, but for the first time it didn't scare him. He opened his sketchbook again and started to draw, not Jungkook's body this time, but his smile, soft, kind, teasing. Halfway thought his phone buzzed. Jungkook can't sleep either. Taehyung, how did you know? Jungkook, just a feeling. I think about you when I can't sleep. Taehyung, his lips softly. Taehyung, that's dangerous. Jungkook, then we are both in trouble. The clock saw AM and Taehyung was still staring at Jungkook's last message. Then we both in trouble. His finger hovered over the keyboard. He wanted to reply something witty, something cool, but instead his heart go in the way. Taehyung, you should sleep. Big artists need rest. Jungkook, you too. Little artist, good night. Taehyung, good night, Jungkook. He put his phone aside, but sleep didn't come easy. His waist angle where the small tattoo said, a tiny heart inked by Jungkook's own hands. When he finally drifted off, his dreams were a blur of warm laugh and pained smile. The next morning was quite a spectacle of sound of his mom humming in the kitchen. Taehyung walked on, still sleepy, rubbing his eyes. Mom, good morning, sleepyhead. Someone dropped this for you. She handed him a small brown envelope. There was no name, only a doodle of a tiny tattoo machine drawn on the corner. Taehyung's heart jumped. He tore it open carefully. Inside was a folder paper that read, Art exhibition this weekend at Glady. Here you are submitting something. I'll be there. Don't keep me waiting. Below the note, a small scratch of Jungkook on in tells JK. Taehyung, he's coming. His mom looks curious. Mom, who's coming? Taehyung, no one, just a friend. Mom, is this the tattoo boy again? Taehyung, Mom. She laughed, clearly enjoying his reaction. Mom, relax, Tete. I think he is good for you. You've been smiling more lately. Taehyung paused, realizing she was right. He had been smiling more, even when he tried not to. At the art studio later that day, Hobie and Youngie were waiting for him, both leaning over his new canvas. Hobie, is that Jungkook? Youngie, he's smiling. That's new. Taehyung, it's not him. It's inspired by him. Hobie, sure, inspired by his dimples, his tattoo, his everything. Taehyung, you guys aren't Baba. Youngie, he's coming to the exhibition, right? He said so. Hobie, then make it count. Paint something that say what you can't. Taehyung brushed slowed. Hobie work steady in his head. Painted with what you can't say. That night he stayed late in the studio. Everyone had gone home. The silence was around him, comforting it heavy. He started at the blank canvas, then slowly he began painting, not Jungkook's body, this time not even his face. He painted their story, two fingers, one with a tattoo machine in his hand, another with a paintbrush, both racing towards each other, connecting by the thin red thread that looked like a heartbeat. By the time he finished, raw light was creeping in his waist edge, but his heart felt peaceful. The day of exhibition arrived. Dressed neatly, nervously, with his sleeves, people moved toward the room, admiring painting under the soft solo lights. His painting title, Link Between Us, hanging in the center, Youngie and Hobie whispering like mischievous bodyguards. Hobie, you look like you are waiting for a date. Taehyung, I am waiting for Jungkook. Youngie, exactly. Taehyung glared at them both, but before he could say anything, he heard a familiar voice from behind. Jungkook looked like I'd made it just in time. He turned. Jungkook stood there in a black shirt and jeans, simple, but his hair fell slightly over his eyes and the silver earring as he smiled. Taehyung, you came, Jungkook. I said I would. Taehyung, you are early, Jungkook, or maybe you are late. Taehyung, you are impossible, Jungkook, and you still like me. Hobby, Youngie, quietly whispering, it's happening, Youngie. Finally. The two of them disappeared into crowd, giving them space. Jungkook walked closer to Taehyung, panting. For a moment, he didn't say anything. He just stood there, looking at it, his hand in his pocket. Jungkook, that's us. Taehyung, it's inspired by us. Jungkook, no, it's us. I can feel it. His voice was soft but sure, and it made Taehyung's heart ache in the best way. Jungkook, you really painted how it feels. The way art connected people, the way we connected. Taehyung, you think we connect? Jungkook smiled faintly. Jungkook, I don't think I know. Taehyung looked down, cheeks warming. Taehyung, you make it sound easy. Jungkook, it's easy. You just make it complicated. Taehyung, because it's complicated. Jungkook, no, it's honest. He stepped a little closer. Jungkook, when I first saw your art, I wasn't embarrassed. I was seen like someone looked right thought my walls. Taehyung, I softened. Taehyung, I never meant for anyone to see those paintings. Jungkook, but I'm glad I did. The silence between them, thicker, not heavy, but tender. Taehyung could feel his heart hammer in his chest. Jungkook, can I ask you something? Taehyung, what? Jungkook, why me? Out of everyone, why didn't you draw me? Taehyung, so hard. Taehyung, because you look like someone who carries story on his skin and I wanted to understand them. Jungkook, and did you? Taehyung, no, I just fell for the person, carried them instant. Jungkook lip eyes slightly surprised, flickered into something softer. Jungkook, you fall for me? Jungkook, you don't have to hide anymore, Tae. I already like you back. Taehyung heartily. Taehyung, you do? Jungkook, yeah, a lot. The noise of the crowd flooded around them. For a moment, it felt like they were the only two people in the room. Jungkook gaze dropped to Taehyung's waist to the tiny heart. Taehyung, Jungkook, you know, I put that heart there for a reason. Taehyung, why? Jungkook, because I hope one day you let me hold it. And before Taehyung could even think, Jungkook took his hand, gently, dull but sure, and leaned closer. Their forehead touched first. A quick moment of breath and warmth. Jungkook, can I? Taehyung nodded softly. Was not rushed, not loud, just quiet meeting of something that had been building for too long. Taehyung's hand found Jungkook's shoulders and Jungkook smiled against his before pulling back slightly. Jungkook, see, not complicated. Taehyung, you are still impossible. Jungkook, and you are mine now. No deal with it. Taehyung laughed, eyes bright with tears. He didn't even realize had gathered. Later that evening, their mom showed up at the gallery, chatting happily. Taehyung, mom, oh, look at them together, so cute. Jungkook, mom, I told you they are get along. Both women exchanged broad smile like they had secretly planning this for the start. Hobby and Youngie stood behind them, whispering, Hobby, mission accomplished. Youngie, finally, I was started to think I had to lock them in a room. When the event ended, Jungkook and Taehyung walked out in the cool night air. The city light flickered softly on gallery window. Taehyung, you really show up like a movie hero. Jungkook, and you confess like one. Taehyung, you are not going to let me leave that Down, are you? Jungkook, not a chance. They laugh together, their hands pressing against until Jungkook licked their finger properly this time. Taehyung, what happened now? Jungkook, now we make new art together. Taehyung, you mean Jungkook, it I'll tattoo you or paint. Maybe I'll open a studio one day. Ink and canvas. Taehyung, that sounds cheesy. You love cheesy. Taehyung, maybe. Jungkook, link Roger, voice soft. So, Mr. Anonymous Artist, what will you draw next? Taehyung, smile under the street light. Taehyung, as always, Jungkook, hand gently, perfect answer. They walk to the quiet street, finger still, artists who finally found their of each other, paint or link. They're so beautiful along. So I hope Army you like this story. If you like, don't forget like, share and subscribe my channel.